That looks like we are rolling. One take here, that should be plenty. Although I've just came back from a week off on vacation, or holiday as I say here, we say here, and haven't used the fingers much yet. So we'll see how these little guys perform after a little break. But I want to start a little bit of a new series, Tone of the Day, and the idea was to really showcase some of my favorite features across the plugins and highlight certain features that I love to use. And today, I thought we would dive into ambient guitar tones. I really like to use guitar tones in the background of my tracks. Actually, I did a track with a synthwave artist recently called Kalax, and initially, he just thought I was going to do some lead lines and solos and whatnot, and big solo out into the distance at the end of the song. But I used one of our presets from the McRocklin Suite called Afterglow, and I modified it, and it turned out to be a great additional pad on top of the track that really glued things together. So that's a typical way that I really, really like to use these type of tones. But I wanted to show you how you can modify it to really suit different tastes and to kind of expand on it a little bit. So the product that we're going to focus in on today is the McRocklin Suite, and the presets are going to be based around Afterglow presets. Now here's the latest one. Let's dive in here. Now, this is Afterglow 4, one of the latest versions, and I would say Afterglow overall has gotten more and more exaggerated and bigger and sort of more and more ambient, if you like, as it's went on from the first version. So this is actually in version earmarked 1.7. We'll see if there's a 1.7 version, or maybe we'll just release these presets on Discord or something like that. And speaking of which, if you're not already on the Discord, it's becoming a great place for me to not only share presets such as the Afterglow 4 presets and other presets, but also for you to share yours and to show us how you're using the plugins and just to chat with the team in general. So I'll leave the link down in the description of this video so you can hop onto the Discord. It's becoming a really, really great community. So that's super cool. I love that. And especially love seeing what you guys are doing with the plugins. It's so awesome. So let's dive right back in here. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Afterglow, the very first version. So I think what makes Afterglow, first of all, so cool to play is it's a very sparkly, clean preset, and it's because it's using the acoustic tone or the acoustic amp as the sort of heart of the actual tone. But the grain delay is what's given it that shimmer-like feature. So if we turn off the delay and reverb, excuse any clicks and pops, that'll just because I'm recording essentially a live stream and doing all this stuff at the same time. So if I turn on the grains, you hear that it goes up in pitch, right? And I really, really like that. It's a really, really cool way of kind of getting like this shimmer-like quality, but with a little bit more texture. But then to diffuse it, I like to use either space or dream reverb. If we jump over to dream, which is more of a big ambient lover's delight of a reverb. Let's push that. Now, sometimes the way that I make it more ambient and more obvious in a track is to use compression after the reverb. So for example, we have like 30% reverb on here now, and it's still not quite ambient enough for, say, one of the Kalax tracks that I did. But if I crank up the compression, you hear immediately, because it's after the reverb, it really becomes much more obvious that we've got these big shimmery like sort of ambient tails happening. So that's cool. So let's put up the ducking a little bit more, pull the mix down, and really just get it more of a pad-like sort of tone. So let's try that. So that would be like a great pad in the background. If I put a beat on here and just jump right in. Wasn't the best chord combination, but hey, it's one take. It is what it is, right? But you get the idea. It's very easy to kind of almost mimic like a pad. And there's something else that I really like to do with Afterglow, and I think you'll dig this as well. Is if you turn the reverb and delay off, you crank on that chorus, and we've already got a lot of compression here. You can just go ahead and drop it down an octave. And right there, I'm just using a 2 or 4 split on my Fishman pickups, but it should work with pretty much any pickup set, really. Even if you have humbuckers, you get like a really cool bass sound. So because I've put so much more compression on, getting a little bit of hiss in the background, let's just turn up that gate, and then we're back to super clean. So what I really like about that is now we have like this sort of a slap bass sort of thing that we can drop in. You know, and that, you know, it's going to be rough because I'm just jamming on the fly here, but let's try recording something and just see how that works. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, that was a bit terrible. I do feel like I just need to get the hours back in, but it's great to be sitting here and to be playing again after just about 8, 9, 10 days or something like that. But I'm sure my fingers will sync up again. But listen, that was a lead preset. Pushing the wrong buttons. A lead preset called Liquid Lead 3, and I think, yeah, that's also from the presets earmarked as 1.7 or whatever we do with that release. So if you love that lead tone, which I really, really like that, it's one of my go-to leads for the McRocklin Suite now. Really, really great. I'll also put that preset on the Discord so you get the presets early. If you haven't already checked out the McRocklin Suite as well, now's a great time to do that because our Spring Into sale is live still, so you can check it out alongside all the other plugins. And yeah, there's some amazing offers on there, so it's a perfect time to pick it up if you don't already own it. So let's quickly dive back into Afterglow here, and we can explore just a little bit more before we wrap up today, because I don't want to make these videos too long. Where are we on like now? 10 minutes almost. Oh gosh, I'm sorry guys. I was aiming to keep this down to like 5, so let's wrap this up pretty quick. So yeah, one last thing I really wanted to show you was right now we're pitching up an octave, but if you pitch down an octave, you can get some really, really cool tones. So here we go. Now let's take some of that cut off. So we hear more of the sort of pick attack. And let's get the grains really popping up. Get the feedback a little bit more. Now if we start to blend in some reverb. Let's really push the time. Let's try with some chorus. And you hear as soon as we start turning up that compression, the tails of the reverb and grains start to really pop out as well. Let's make it faster. Yeah. So you can tell there's so much scope between playing with a different pitch, the amount of grain, the amount of feedback, and then how you get that to react on the back end with different reverbs, applying chorus and compression. Really makes some awesome ambient tones that just work so well in the background of your tracks. Or perhaps you're all about the ambient tones. It's almost like a computer startup sound. Yeah, Windows 95. If only it had this as the startup tone, everything would have been so much better. We maybe never needed Windows 98 or Millennium Edition. Anyway, there we go. That's the ambient tones. I'll leave the link for the Discord in the description of this video alongside the link for the Spring into Tone sale. So you can check this out for yourself. And yeah, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.